What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man Up here, coming at you with a quick video. Houston Texans versus Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I'm going to be discussing a few things in this video, so this video might be a little bit longer than what I normally do when I talk about before the game. First off, I want to go ahead and say that I had the Texans losing this game, sorry. Had the Texans losing this game 18-30 in a prediction that I did before the season. And now, dog, keep this in mind. This is very important. The only reason why I said we were going to lose this game is because of Tyrann Mathieu. He said that he did not want to leave the Texans. He wanted to stay. He liked what he saw in his 1 year with the Texans. But the Texans didn't offer him the kind of contract that he wanted. So he went where the money was. Can't fault him for that. We all got to get our money. We all got to live, survive. That's just how it works. Now, with that being said, I think that the Texans' only chance to win this game is going to be to kind of almost mirror what they did against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I know you're going to say that's the Atlanta Falcons. They don't have a good record. They're not playing that good, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. But that's the only way I think we're going to win this game. Now, I've said this a gazillion times before, and I'm going to say it again. The best way to win any football game is your offensive line have to protect the quarterback. That's the best way. And we've seen what that happened with the Atlanta Falcons. No sacks. And it's crazy that was the only second game in Deshaun Watson's career where he has not been sacked. Now, you've seen what happened when he has time to throw. And if you like those big plays, he had time to let those plays develop. Yeah, he got rushed out the pocket a few times, but that's cool, I guess. Better than getting sacked. So I think that's the best way for us to win this game. I said before, and I'll say it again, offensive line has to protect, and sometimes just dumping it down in the flat, which Deshaun Watson did a lot of that. So when I say these things, a lot of people say, I don't know what I'm talking about, it's crazy, blah, blah, blah. But it works. So anyway, with that being said, like I said, I think that this is going to be kind of the battle of the two quarterbacks. First time they met, and the first time they're going to meet, in their young careers. They both got drafted in, I think it was 2017. Yeah, I think it was 2017. They both got drafted, a couple of draft picks apart. I know, I can't think of his quarterback name right now for the Chiefs. Can't think of his name. But for some reason, I think that they're going to Patrick Mahomes, sorry. I think that if the roles was reversed, let's just say they would have took Deshaun Watson and we got Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I think that, it'll be the same thing as well. But I'm glad with who we got. It is what it is. I'm not knocking it. Love DW4, Deshaun the Magician. That's what I like to call him. Deshaun the Magician Watson. But it is what it is. Now, with that being said, this is the first time they're going to meet in their young careers. Now, with all that though, what I think this is going to end up bringing to the team is to this game. This is going to be, I think, one of the most watched games of the week. The most watched game of this week, my personal opinion. The reason why, two young, dynamic, mobile quarterbacks that's not that easy to get at because they know how to use their legs to keep their eyes downfield and try to make plays here and there. So I think, this is going to be a good one. Now, the best way I think that the Texans can win this game, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, offensive line has to protect. Also dumping it down in the flat here and there when you don't have the big play. Let your receivers, let your receivers make a play for you. And also, too, got to have a good heavy dose of running the ball. Want to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. I think that is the best way to do this. Keep Patrick Mahomes and their offense off the field. Because their defense is not as good as a lot of teams, but their secondary is not that bad. The front seven is not all that, but that's the best way to win this game. Run the ball, dump it down in the flat. You know what I'm saying? Take time off the clock. Keep their offense off the field. I think that's going to be the best way to win this game. Now, another thing that I want to talk about, that when I saw this, it got me a little riled up. I'm pretty sure y'all probably saw this before, heard about it, but the Kansas City Chiefs was using garbage cans to simulate the Houston Texans offensive line. Now, I will leave the link to this in the description box so you can check it out yourself. But I was like, really? So they think our offensive line is trash, is basically what they're saying. They set up some garbage cans. And each one of those garbage cans had a picture of each one of our offensive linemen, our starting offensive linemen, on those garbage cans. And they made it seem like this is who has to stop them. So in my eyes, as a Houston Texan fan, I took that as saying, oh, so you think our offensive line is trash. Now, I will say this here. No, our offensive line has not been up to par. But to me, that should be motivation for this team to say, okay, this is what you think. We're finna show you. So another thing is this here. Coworker of mine is a Chiefs fan. Now, when I showed him this, because he didn't even hear about it, but when I showed it to him, he was like, what? He was laughing. He said, yeah, y'all team is trash. I said, okay. And I started talking mess back. I said, thanks for getting the trash can. So now we're finna get the Kansas City brooms, sweep y'all up in there, take the trash out. So thank y'all. Well, all week long, me and him were going back and forth, talking mess to each other. He was telling me, I'm going to hear nothing but these chants, oh. And I told him, yeah, you're going to hear Stampede because you're going to be running with the Bulls. We just kept going back and forth all week long, talking trash to each other. But when I saw this, because of another coworker of mine, who's also a Texan fan, sent this to me, I was like, wow, that's crazy. This is what they think of our offensive line. Think we're just nothing but trash. So like I said, I am going to leave a link to this in the description box so you can see it for yourself. Make your own judgment call on it. But that's just what I thought when I saw it. Now, with that being said, I do think that if we're going to win this game, Bill O'Brien's going to have to trust Deshaun Watson. Now, I know this is not a lot of things that I like to say, I talk about, but a lot of times I think that he do not trust Deshaun Watson. It just shows. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. I mean, you can make your opinion on it yourself, but that's just what it looks like most times when you watch these games with the play caller. Now, I also think that another good way for us to win this game, of course, you're going to have the crowd noise. That's going to make it very, very difficult for you to focus on the game, for you to get your play call, and for the team to, to play as a unit, to be in cohesion with each other. I think the best thing you're going to have to do is hand signals, of course. Best thing you're going to have to do is already strategize what it's going to be like when you get ready to play this game. Because Arrowhead is one of the toughest places to play. Especially since Patrick Mahomes has now become the starter when he took over Alex Smith. Well, when they released Alex Smith or whatever. So, with that being said, think we can eventually win this game. I think that we can eventually show that Bill O'Brien has never won a huge matchup in his coaching career with the Houston Texans. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Games to where we playing good, real good teams. I'm not saying good teams that's maybe 1-2 games above 500. No, I'm talking about teams that's basically dominating the league. Teams that's basically submitting themselves to be Super Bowl contenders. We don't fare too well, record-wise. Now, we might play good games against them, but we don't fare too well against them, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple years ago when Deshaun Watson came out, yeah, we played good against the Seahawks. We played good against the Patriots, but we lost. So, yeah, good games, but we lost. So, record-wise, Bill O'Brien is not good against other teams when it's pressure on the line. And right now, we're basically tied with the Indianapolis Colts, 3-2. But we edged them a little bit with an AFC win and a division win. So over the Jaguars, no, excuse me, not the Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars. So I think that with this game here is going to cement who we are this season. So we're going to have to win this game. We're going to have to end. Excuse me. We're going to have to end up saying, okay. But at the end of the day, this is who the Houston Texans really are. And I'm going to say this again. I said it once. I'm going to say it again. I do think that if we do not make it to the NFC Championship game, Bill O'Brien's going to be fired. I think he knows that. And I think that there's a little bit of pressure on him. So, with that being said, we're going to have to end up winning this game. We're going to end up have to show the rest of the league who was the better 2017 quarterback pick. Yes, we all heard the story on Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. You know, that background story. You know, Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, beating Alabama, which is almost basically an NFL team, a college NFL team. That's not that easy to beat. I should know. My wife is an Alabama fan. She's from Alabama, so I should know. I hear this all the time. And as you can see right there, I am a Longhorn fan. But my wife is an Alabama fan. So I hear this a lot. And with that being said, we're going to have to end up showing the rest of the league, the rest of the country, who is the better NFL quarterback coming out of that 2017 draft. Yeah, you got Mitchell, I can say his name right, the quarterback for the Bears. You got Deshaun Watson, and you got Patrick Mahomes. Now, I will say this here. Patrick Mahomes might have had a better chance because he sat down for like a year or so. Probably not a year. I don't know exactly. I don't remember exactly how long. But he sat down for a little bit behind Alex Smith before he took over the starting job. So he got to, sit back and learn. While the other two that I just named, Mitchell Trubisky, if I said his name right, and Deshaun Watson, basically was thrown in the fire. Now, I know Deshaun Watson, came in the second half of first game of the season, in 2017, and, saying basically, he basically thrown in the fire as well. So, with all that being said, though, this is the time for us to show who has the better quarterback, who has the better overall team, who's been ready to make some noise in the AFC, because they're not in the same division, but they are in the same conference, of course, we all know. But that's the reason why I said we have to win this game. There is no excuses. It has to get done. At the end of the day, when there's no more time on the clock, we have to have more points than them. That's just what it's going to be, how it's going to be. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and get up out of here. I am going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to leave a link in the description box so you can see that what I was talking about. Deshaun Watson. Excuse me, not Sean Watson. Our offensive line is trash. So we're gonna sell. We're gonna have to end up showing them our offensive line is not trash. Thank you for getting the trash can, so we could put y'all in the trash. That was just some of my trash talking. Oh man. But at the end of the day, man, I am excited for this game. This is one of the games I am most excited for. I will let you know what the other one is when it happens. If anything else, man, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you think that we can win this game. With all that being said, I am finna go ahead and get up out of here. Chunk Deuce at you. This is your boy Man Up. It was in the man cave. Now I gotta kick you out the man cave. Chunk the Deuce at you. I holla.